Hello, welcome to A Crow in Her Garden, and it is seed starting time. I'm getting a little bit of a late start, but I have a very long growing season, so everything should be okay. I'm going to be starting tomatoes and peppers in this seed starting tray. So let's get started. The first tomato that I'm going to be planting is this one. I grew these last year, Rosella Cherry tomatoes, and they were so good, very flavorful, and very prolific. I got lots and lots of tomatoes off of this plant. I'm excited to grow it again. So tomato seeds, this is seed starting mix that I've put in here in this seed starter trays, and I filled it up with the seed starting mix and then watered it and kind of did this kind of a number to let the soil kind of drop down, and added a little bit more soil and watered it in so it's nice and moist. So I honestly shouldn't even have to water this after I plant my seeds. When you're planting seeds, you want to look at how small the seed is, and you are only going to plant the seed just as deep as it is wide. So as you can see, these seeds are incredibly tiny. So I am barely going to be poking a little hole. And just so that I know that I'm going to get a plant here, I'm going to put 2 seeds in each hole. Then once they germinate, I will thin them out to just 1 seed per plug. So yep, let me get these planted in here. It is so amazing how a seed so tiny, like a grain of sand, and it will produce a plant that will just give you buckets and buckets of tomatoes. Couple in this little hole. I'm not sure that one went in there. So there we go. So that's the Rosella cherries. I just kind of tamp it down, cover up that hole just a little bit so that the seeds are covered. Now going on to the next tomato, which this is a new one I'm growing this year, and I'm excited to try it. It's called a spoon tomato. So I got inspired from a salad that I got from Texas Roadhouse, and they had these really tiny tomatoes on the salad, and when you just bite into them, they just pop in your mouth. And so I saw this variety in the Baker Creek seed catalog, and was just really wanting to give these a try. My goodness, these seeds, boy, you thought the Rosella cherry seeds were tiny. These are even tinier. You can barely see them. I don't know if you guys see that or not. So I'm going to be planting these even more shallow, just a little divot. Oy. 1, 2 seeds per hole again. Man, I can barely see these seeds. All right. I'm gonna have 4 plugs of these as well. I'm going to go and get me a plate or something that's white so I can actually see my seeds. Oh, there we go. See how tiny those are? So tiny. All right, let's get the rest of these planted. That one had 2. All right. I can't remember if I put seeds in that hole or not. So, guess we're going to double up on them. Just tamp it down a little bit. All right. The next cherry tomato variety that I'm growing, I grew these last year. I was so thrilled with how prolific these are. This picture really is what they look like. Huge trusses full of fruit, flowers, and they taste amazing. This was by far my most favorite cherry tomato that I have tried to grow so far. And I'm definitely growing these again. And last year I only had 1 plant and I got so much fruit off of just that 1 plant. So I'm hoping to have at least 2 plants this year because they were so good. I would like to have more of them. So here I'm going to poke. I think what I'm going to do is poke a hole and put the seeds in. Then I know that if the hole's there, I've put the seeds in. All right. Number 2. These seeds are tiny also. All the cherry varieties are pretty tiny. Yep. Two seeds in that one. And the last one right here. One, 2. All right. Those are planted. And that's basically how you plant your tomatoes and stuff. I'll go over the other varieties that I'm planning to grow, but then I will probably end the video because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me plant this entire tray full. This is a variety that I have grown for the last 3 years, and this is by far my favorite slicer tomato. It has such sweet flavor, not quite as acidic as some of the other red tomatoes, and this is my favorite for making tomato sandwiches. So delicious. Dad's Sunset tomato. And of course, my other this is my canning workhorse tomato, Martino's Roma. This is a determinate variety, and so I let it bush out, and it puts out a lot of flowers, a lot of fruit, all in a very short amount of time. And then it dies. So it's really great if you're wanting to can or put up any tomatoes. And another thing that I like about it is it produces fruit a little bit earlier than the other slicer tomatoes. So that really by the dog days of summer, when all of my other tomatoes are somewhat struggling with the heat, these ones have already given me fruit and they're done. So I'm excited about growing those again. A new variety that I'm going to be growing, this is called a carbon tomato. Let me make sure you guys can actually see this. Carbon tomato. This one, flavor of the year. Yeah, best tasting tomato award in 2005, but it looked really good, and so I decided to give this one a try. Then some other seeds that I got, and these were actually free with my seed order, so I thought I'd give them a try. This is called Thornburns Terracotta. and it just looks really pretty. I figure I got the seeds for free, why not give it a try? And that's all the tomatoes that I'm going to be growing this year. Thank you so much for watching. Be looking out because I will be putting up another video where I will be going over the peppers that I'm going to be planting. If you have never tried gardening, you should give it a try. It is so rewarding. Watching everything start from tiny seeds. This will be my fourth season gardening, and I'm really excited. So thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day.